Hello, everyone. My name is Dominic Demore, and thank you for tuning in to the second best thing you will hear all week. We have a great show for you today that includes a top-notch film review and our weekly box office battle. Here with me this week is my co-host, who will now introduce himself and the film we will be reviewing this week. What are you doing? What are you doing? I got that one super close. I got a little bit, but you're still fucking with me.
I'm sorry, man. Can't help it.
You know, I had a speech impediment as a child, and you were really bringing up all of those memories.
You're doing a great job. It is. We will review. It's kind of a lot. A little tongue tie. Are you going to do that again?
No, I'm not going to do it again.
Can I go?
I'm going to edit that one out.
Okay, that's fine. Hello, everyone. My name is James Langos. Welcome to the show. Each week, Dom and I will give you, the fans, a review of a film currently in theaters, or in the rare occurrence we can't afford to go to the movies that week. We will dig deep into our film libraries to break down an old great or just a random piece of garbage. This week's review is The Jungle Book.
In a rare occurrence, James and I did not see this film together. Two vastly different viewing experiences. James went with a loving family, and I went by myself.
Yeah, that happens sometimes. I don't know what to tell you.
I'll just get right to it. I really enjoyed this movie. Way more than I thought I was going to.
Yes, it was definitely brought back a lot of childhood memories.
Everybody has their favorite Disney film growing up. Like, was Lion King up there for you?
Lion King was probably number one.
Was it? I don't know why I said Lion King when we're talking about The Jungle Book. Because in my head, Lion King is the number one. Where would you think Jungle Book would rank for you?
It's probably top 5 for sure.
Yeah, I think so. I think in my top 5, in no particular order, I would go Robin Hood, Jungle Book, Lion King.
The Little Mermaid?
No, I wasn't a huge fan of Little Mermaid.
No, it creeped me out.
I'm kind of a fan of Little Mermaid now, but whatever.
It's for different reasons.
Exactly.
Ursula creeped me out.
Yeah, no, she's definitely one of the better Disney villains. Who is my 5th spot?
I like the 101 Dalmatians.
I was a fan of that one. Yeah, that's a good pick. It's a classic. Probably Beauty and the Beast. I think Beauty and the Beast.
Not a Snow White fan?
No, not really.
I like the Beast.
It probably comes down to the fact I'm not a big musical guy. Like, even as a kid, I was
lot
like,
of singing.
Yeah, I was like, why are they always singing? Like, because in Beauty and the Beast, there are a few big songs, but there are large gaps in between the songs.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. And then, I can't even tell you if they sing in Robin Hood.
I don't remember. Oh, Bambi. Bambi's another good one.
I didn't like Bambi.
Really?
Yeah, because
everyone likes Bambi.
Well, for the longest time, I thought Bambi was a girl.
Is it played by a female actress?
I mean, early on, it definitely probably is, like her.
Yeah. But yeah, it's supposed to be a boy, right?
Yeah, Bambi's a boy.
That is a little confusing.
Yeah. So as a young child, I was like, Bambi, no. I'm a boy. I like Robin Hood. Arrow. To the heart. Bambi's dead. Never became a hunter, though. Weird.
No, I'm not a hunter either.
Yeah. All right, so back to the main topic at hand.
We're drifting.
We are. But see, those are some of my favorite moments of this podcast. The imagery or scenery, if you want to call it, the visual effects of this movie were some of the best I've ever seen in the film industry. And it was made for $175 million, and it certainly looked like they used every penny wisely.
Yep. The only other movie that I could think of is with the lion that they did completely CGI. The guys on the boat.
Life of Pi.
Life of Pi.
No, the tiger, not a lion.
I'm sorry, tiger. Yes.
Yeah, but no, that one was also visually spectacular.
That was the only one I could think of that was probably close to it, if not better.
Yeah. Visual-wise, this movie is much better looking than Avatar, but I liken it...
A lot better looking.
But I liken it to the Avatar experience, because Avatar was so mind-blowing the first time you saw it, that now you go back and watch it, it's like, this isn't that mind-blowing.
Yeah, it's not as good as we thought it was.
Yeah, but this movie is... I think it's going to really set a trend of amazing things that they're going to be able to do in Hollywood.
Yeah, everything looked very realistic, and it was like you were actually there in the movie.
Yeah, the facial expressions on the animals were amazing.
Yeah.
And with how well they synced up with the voice actors who were doing them.
Mm-hmm. With Bill Murray and Baloo, and
Scarlett Johansson as Ka, the snake.
Christopher Walken as King Louie.
And our boy, Idris Elba, as the one and only Shere Khan.
Yep, my boy.
You know who else was really good? Small part. The actor who was the leader of the pack wolf in the beginning from Breaking Bad. I forget his name.
Giancarlo Esposito.
Yes. Only in the movie for a short time, but his voice worked so well. Like that moment when he stands up to Shere Khan at the watering hole. His and Elba's voice going back and forth was mesmerizing.
Yeah. It was very good. I like him as an actor too.
Yeah, no.
All the people they picked for this movie have amazing voices.
Yeah, I mean,
we can't forget about Ben Kingsley. He did a very nice job.
Yeah, I was happy to hear Ben Kingsley be in a good movie because that guy, his career is so weird.
Up and down.
Oscar winner for Gandhi, and then he does awful movies like that Selfless or whatever he did with Ryan Reynolds last year.
Mm-hmm. And the late, great Gary Shandling was also in the film.
Yeah, that was cool to see, like, because I didn't know he was in it. And
I didn't either.
Yeah, as soon as I heard his voice, I was like, oh, that's cool. Yeah. I mean, he just passed away a couple weeks ago.
Yeah. And what'd you think of the boy?
All right.
Take it easy on him. He's a child.
Here's the part where the internet hates me. I judge child actors probably more harshly than I judge adult actors for some reason. And I just think that the kid was great. No question about it. And what he went through while acting in this film, because there are a lot of actors out there who can't do what he did. He wasn't acting with other people. Like, it was basically like puppets or things wrapped in green felt around him.
He may have had someone reading lines with him and that kind of thing, but that was probably it.
Yeah, so that part of it is definitely deserves respect. And he did a wonderful job. But there were moments in the film where he felt a little wooden. And it could be the dialogue's fault. I fully admit that. Like, I'm not putting it all on the kid. But there were definitely moments where, like, he was hamming it up a little bit.
Yeah, possibly.
But again, it's a kid's movie. You have to expect a little bit of that. But we're talking these minuscule points that keep this movie from being a 10 out of 10 for me and dragging it down a little bit more.
Yeah, not much. Just a little bit.
Yeah. Here's a part that James and I disagree a little bit about. Your opinion on Bill Murray as Baloo.
I enjoyed him. I thought he was good. It was cool seeing Bill Murray do an animated character because he's got such a iconic voice that it was cool seeing it in some other body, some other form.
Yeah,
and I did like how a lot of his Baloo's facial reactions were what Bill Murray would do.
Yeah. And I think that's where I do have a bit of a problem with it. To me, it felt like Bill Murray playing Bill Murray
as Baloo.
As Baloo, I guess, as opposed to playing Bill Murray playing Baloo as Baloo.
A little confusing.
Yes. Now that I've thoroughly confused the audience, basically I just thought that there wasn't enough separation between character and actor. All the other voice actors, I hear their voice, and I don't imagine the actor. I just see the snake on the screen or the tiger on the screen. With Baloo, particularly when we first meet him, I think that's when it really kicked in, because as the character was on screen, that faded away a little bit. But like when we first meet him, and it's very sarcastic and very real worldy. Like the dialogue for all the characters is a little polished and a bit traditional. Like nobody's out there saying like, "Oh, I gotta check out my cell phone." Not that because it's set in the jungle, but like nobody's saying modern words. They call fire the red flower. Like,
I think that's more because it's a kid's movie too.
Yeah, but I'm saying that Bill Murray's Baloo didn't feel like that.
You feel like he used stronger language?
Kind of.
Not offensive, but...
Yes, it wasn't as quite polished. Like, he might be like, okay, not a great example, but say Shere Khan to the Mowgli. What are you going to do? Pronunciating each word, things like that. And Bill Murray would be more of the, oh, what are you going to do?
What you going to do?
Yeah.
That type of thing.
Yes, it just, and I get it that the character is very carefree and stuff like that, but it just, to me,
it didn't fit.
It took me out a little bit. So that was a little bit of a knock for me for the film.
Understandable. What did you think of Idris Elba?
My favorite villain of the year, and I think it's gonna be hard to top. Like, I didn't think I would ever say that about an animated tiger, but this guy sent chills down my spine.
Yeah, his voice is perfect for this role. It's menacing and fierce, and that's exactly what you need out of a tiger.
Yeah, but at the same time,
if a tiger could talk.
Yeah, like, you hate the villain, and you hate that he's doing this, but there are moments in the film where you're like, no, it totally makes sense. Like, he should fear the man cub. Like,
yeah, absolutely.
He can bring death to everyone in the jungle. Like,
yeah, it's perfectly fitting.
Yeah, and those are the best villains, the ones where they think what they're doing is right.
Yeah, you understand their side of it. I mean, obviously you don't want him to kill Mowgli, but you get it.
Yeah. So I probably, because I don't see anybody in Captain America, the villain, outdoing Shere Khan. I suppose the Joker could, but I still have questions of how active he's going to be in Suicide Squad. Yeah,
it'll be a tough one to beat.
All right, so was there anything you didn't like about the film?
Snakes.
Yeah, for those of you who aren't aware, James has a crippling fear of snakes.
Yeah, that was a tough part to watch.
Mm-hmm.
I had to keep my eyes open though.
Had to stay strong for little man Rodrigo.
Yeah, because he was up there covering his ears, closing his eyes.
He was just thinking, though.
Yeah, that's what he told me. He was thinking very hard about the film. He wasn't afraid. He was just thinking.
He's preparing for one day, 10 years down the line, he can come on here and have his opinion. That's what he was doing. Just formulating opinions. I feel like all I'm doing is talking my negatives about this film. I really did enjoy it, but the other thing that I didn't particularly like or I had an issue with was the ending a little bit. And again, I know it's a kid's movie. It's rated PG-13, so it's supposed to end on a cheery or positive note. But it's just one of those things where Mowgli had just burnt down a sizable portion of the forest.
Jungle.
Jungle. And I understand that he killed Shere Khan, who was a major menace in the jungle. But you would think that a decent amount of the animals would still fear him.
They'd be pissed.
Yeah, but instead, like, it's one of those things where it's like, oh, all is right with the world. One big happy family again.
Yeah, I mean, he was a kid. He didn't mean to. If that makes you feel any better.
True.
Wasn't his intention to burn down the jungle.
Yeah, it's just, again, I'm picking at straws here because it really was a great movie. I enjoyed myself thoroughly. It was worth every penny of the $14.75 that I paid to see it. So,
XD 3D.
XD 3D.
Expensive ticket.
Yeah, but I recommend it. Like, did you see it in 3D?
I did not.
Again, if you are completely against 3D, I'm never going to tell you to go see a movie in 3D. But this is one of those films where it really invoked my emotions and I felt immersed in the movie itself. Let's go on to our ratings.
For The Jungle Book, I really enjoyed it. Probably helped that I went with Rodrigo, my nephew. It just made it more exciting to watch him watch it. And I think I'm going to go with it 8.5, somewhere in there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Dom, what is yours?
Yeah, I agree. I thoroughly enjoyed the movie. Idris Elba, in my mind, he's never going to win an Oscar for this role, but it's one of those things where it's like, oh God, that was so good. Like, he was the standout of the film. I thought Ben Kingsley was great. I love the story. It never got bogged down too much. Had its own little mini adventures, but it all played into the overall story. So on a scale of 1 to Good Will Hunting, I'm going to give this movie an 8.6 out of 10 apples.
Still pretty good.
Yeah, still good. It's just Bill Murray, the kid being a little wooden, and my feelings on the ending was what brought it down from a 10. So, still good though. Mm-hmm. Still easily in my top 5.
Yeah.
I haven't exactly placed it yet, but it's in my top 5.
It's going to make a lot of money.
Oh yeah, I mean it already made $103 million.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's gonna do well. They're gonna make their money back in 2 weeks.
Oh yeah, easily. All right, so let us know what you thought about the movie if you saw it in theaters. Let us know even if you saw it in 3D. Maybe saw it twice. Maybe saw it once in 3D and once in not. Let us know which one you like better and send us your thoughts and opinions. You can either comment on the website itself, www.ihbpodcast.com. You can send us an email to ihbpodcast@gmail.com or follow us on Twitter. And that is @IHBpodcast.
Next up, we have the box office battle, a competition for bragging rights between friends who want nothing more than to prove they know more than the other guy, and who buys the first round of drinks this week, of course. How the game works is each week, my co-host and I will predict the top 5 films at the box office. Whoever gets the closest to the correct order wins the point for the week.
All right, before we get to this week's box office, I would be remiss if I didn't mention the fact that for anybody who listened to our last episode, we didn't do a box office battle because I was traveling for work. But however, the week before, we're not going to get into all the results because if you haven't seen those numbers by now, they don't really mean anything anymore, except for the fact that Melissa McCarthy's The Boss beat out Batman vs. Superman, which was a shocker.
Embarrassing.
It was, but you also, what else is embarrassing? The fact that I beat Jimmy last week.
Yeah, that happens.
Closing the gap.
It happens sometimes.
It's 5-4 now. Jimmy's in the lead. This is the week I bring back the tie, and the next week is when I take back the lead.
Good luck.
I appreciate your support, and I'm glad you follow me. So, after all of that, here are the results for this past weekend. In first place, we have the monster debut of Disney's The Jungle Book, earning $103.6 million. Second place goes to Barbershop, The Next Cut, earning an impressive $20.2 million, followed by Melissa McCarthy's The Boss, earning $10.2 in its second week. In fourth place, dropping off another 61% from last week, was Batman v Superman, with only $9 million. And still raking in the dough, in the fifth spot, was Zootopia, earning $8.2 million for a worldwide total of over $880 million. James, what are your thoughts on this week's box office? And give us your picks for next.
How did Zootopia almost beat out Batman vs. Superman in its 7th week?
That movie's a monster.
It is crushing it.
Yeah. Like, my uncle just commented on our Facebook page that my aunt and my cousin are going to see Zootopia this weekend at the drive-in. And it's a double feature with Jungle Book and Zootopia.
No way.
Yeah. Talk about a monster doubleheader right there.
That's crazy.
Those are probably going to be 2 of the most profitable movies of the year. At least top 20.
Yeah. Oh, top 20 for sure.
Oh, yeah. So, it's super impressive.
The other thing I'm impressed Jungle Book made as much as it did. That's a heck of an opening weekend.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, you break 100, just think about 10 years ago, breaking 100 million was unheard of.
Yeah.
Spider-Man did it. Nobody else.
Yeah. I mean, it helps with how expensive movies are and the XD 3Ds and all that stuff, but it's still a good number.
Yeah, no.
And extremely disappointing in Batman vs. Superman.
Yeah.
Dropping another 61%.
Yeah, it's currently has a worldwide total of 829.3 million. It's a good number. I mean, that's more than Deadpool made, and Deadpool is being heralded as this monster blockbuster. Mm-hmm. Helps there's about a $200 million difference in budget, but even then, both movies made money. Both movies made a lot of money.
Mm-hmm.
It's just the fact that there was so much hype for this movie and so much hope that this was going to be a monster. Like, the fact that right now, it's probably not going to hit $1 billion, and that has to be seen as a disappointment in Warner Brothers' eyes.
Absolutely.
A couple of the other notes. that we didn't put in the read, but The Boss, it dropped off $56.9 million. Probably not what they were looking for exactly, but could have been worse. It's raked in $44 million worldwide so far. Solid number.
They made money for the most part.
They will make money. They're probably still looking at red because of marketing and stuff like that, but they'll be good. Disappointing. Criminal, the Kevin Costner, Ryan Reynolds, Gal Gadot movie, only made $5.85 million its opening weekend.
Yeah, not good.
Yeah,
there was a decent amount of marketing for it too.
It was.
It didn't look appealing.
No, it really. Kevin Costner might be one of those guys who, like, I'm thinking about writing a story for the website called, like, Top 5 Actors Who Are Just Too Old for This Shit. Kevin Costner, I think, is on that list.
You said it in the wrong voice. You gotta say it.
You want me to say it like Danny Glover?
In Murtaugh.
But that implies that he could still kind of do it. These are the ones who are actually like, no, you should hang it up. Like,
yeah, that's true. It still would have been cool if he did the voice.
It would have been, but there's only one Danny Glover.
That's true. The one and only.
Yeah. And then the other biggest drop off of the week, Hardcore Henry, dropping off 71%.
Rough.
Yeah. Overall, the movie has made $10 million worldwide, and its budget is only a rumored $10 million. But I guarantee their marketing push on this was pretty nuts. Like, there was a lot of TV spots, so
yeah, they did.
They're gonna have to get to at least $30 million to break even, which
probably won't happen.
No. Any other thoughts on this week's Office?
Nope, that's about it.
All right. How about you give us your top 5 picks?
All right, my top 5 picks for next week. Obviously, Jungle Book at number 1, because I think it's still going to make probably $75 million, maybe. Mm-hmm. Number 2, I've got Snow White and the Huntsman. Winter's Tale. What's it called?
Winter's War.
Winter's War. Whatever. Some winter something. I think that one's going to come in at number 2. And then The Barbershop Next Cut, because somehow it made $20 million this week.
Yeah, no,
it's
$20 million is a good number.
It's probably not going to drop off that much. And then at number 4, I've got The Boss, still beating out number 5, Batman vs. Superman.
Yeah?
Yeah. This is not good.
Yeah.
They're dropping too much too quickly.
This is a tough week for me. Because I haven't seen that strong of a push for Winter's War. I have faith that Barbershop will have a decent push its next week. So, I mean, say Barbershop drops off 30%, 36%, you're looking at what, like 13 million probably?
Mm-hmm.
Winter's War will probably beat that. But at the same time, I question it. So I am going to go Jungle Book number 1. I'm going to go Winter's War number 2. I'm going to go Barbershop number 3. I'm going to go The Boss number 4.
You're going to say Zootopia, aren't you?
I am seriously considering it.
Just do it for sake of being different.
I'm going to go Zootopia.
Because it's honestly possible. I mean, it was only 900,000 difference between Zootopia and Batman vs. Superman.
Yeah, and Batman vs. is going to have another 50% drop off next week. If Batman vs. Superman would have dropped off closer to the 50% range this week, then I probably would have still given it. But Zootopia is it's a monster.
Yeah. I mean, who knows? We could both be completely wrong.
I gave serious thought to giving Batman or to giving Zootopia the 4th spot.
That's a possibility too.
Yeah, because Melissa McCarthy's not that far off from her.
No.
So we certainly will see. Screw it, I'm doing it.
So your final answer is?
My final answer is Zootopia 4, The Boss 5.
Okay. Fair enough. We will see who wins.
Yeah, exactly. All right, everybody. Thank you for tuning in. If you enjoyed the show, please like this episode and subscribe to the I've Had Better Podcast Network. Also, Let us know what you thought about our review and our top 5 picks for the week. You can send us your thoughts and your top 5 by following us on Twitter at IHB Podcast, and on Facebook, go like the I've Had Better podcast page. James, tell the people how to find you.
I'm on Twitter as at @the_Kaiser_Soze, or on Facebook as Jimmy Langos. And don't forget to check out our website, www.ihbpodcast.com. And don't forget to check out, we are also on iTunes now.
Fresh.
Yeah, brand new. So don't forget to subscribe and like our iTunes page.
Yeah, and you can find that by just going into the iTunes store and searching I've Had Better Podcast. And I am Dominic Demore. You can follow me on Twitter at Dom Demore. That's at DOMDEMORE, or on Facebook at Dominic Demore. How was the show today, James?
I've had better.
Good night, everybody.